There is just something about October. The air feels softer, the light shifts a little more golden, and suddenly it feels like the whole world is in on this secret. And that is that this season is meant to be savored. It makes me feel like Meg Ryan in You've Got Mail talking about bouquets of sharpened pencils, nostalgic, sweet, and like I could cry from how much I love it. I don't go too overboard with Halloween decorations. In fact, I usually save it for October 1st. That's when the little ghosts and pumpkins and spooky details make their way into our home. And it makes it feel really special, like a little ritual to welcome in one of my favorite months of the year. When it comes to spooky decor, I'm always inspired by the classics like Anthropologie, Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel. Just those simple, elevated touches that whisper Halloween rather than scream it. A few black accents here, a flicker of candlelight there. The kind of decorating that feels timeless. So today I'm romanticizing October the best way I know how, with an iced coffee in my favorite Anthropologie icon glass, Hocus Pocus playing in the background, my Nightmare Before Christmas vinyl spinning while I add just the right amount of spooky into our home. One of the first little touches I'm adding this year are these adorable little ghost dish towels I picked up from Pottery Barn last year. I actually grabbed these on clearance after Halloween, which is one of my favorite ways to shop for seasonal decor. You can find the cutest pieces for such a great deal, and then when October rolls around again, it feels kind of like a little present that you saved for yourself. Lately, I've been making it a little ritual to turn on a fall or Halloween movie while I make dinner. It's become this special little wind down for me at the end of the day, almost like a signal that it's time to slow down and savor the moment and really soak in the season. Next, I started styling our entryway sideboard, and this is where I brought out one of my favorite Halloween pieces. It's the black cascading wreath from Anthropologie that kind of went viral last year. I splurged on it, and I am so glad I did because it makes such a statement. I like to layer it right over this simple abstract artwork I have from Hobby Lobby, but I have this little trick for this. I took a brown velvet ribbon and nailed it to the back of the frame, and whenever I want to hang a new wreath, I just run the ribbon through the wreath and then reattach the velvet into the back of the frame. It's such an easy way to display wreaths, and framing it out with artwork instantly makes it feel a little more elevated and classic. Of course, I have to style in these beige terracotta jack-o'-lanterns from Pottery Barn next to my Pottery Barn acorn stems that you guys love so much, and I think the two together just look so good. Then I styled in some iron candlesticks because nothing feels more like classic Halloween to me than iron and candlelight. It's very like old school movie vibes. I have these crow's foot candlesticks from Target a few years ago, plus another simple one that I got at Target, and I added in these black twisted taper candles. When I first lit them on my console table, I knew what was coming. The wax started dripping everywhere, but honestly, I really want that drippy candle look, so I set them on some wax paper in the kitchen and let them drip until they looked perfectly spooky, and then brought them back into the entryway. I don't plan on burning these candles much more this season, maybe on Halloween night when the kids are here trick-or-treating and I can keep a close eye on them. But for styling, I just really love the way this turned out. I also thought that this was the perfect time to bring out my Nightmare Before Christmas vinyl. And finally, to finish off this space, I'm styling these vintage-looking iron bats that I picked up from Anthropologie last year. You guys know that the flying bat trend has been everywhere the last couple of years, and while I think this trend is super cute, I've never really loved the plastic versions. They've always just felt a little too tacky for me. So when I found these iron ones, I knew that these were the perfect mix of spooky but also classic, and something that I'll bring out year after year. Last year, I tried to hang these with sticky putty that you'd use for posters, but they were just too heavy and they kept falling off the wall. So this year, I grabbed some really tiny finishing nails from the hardware store, and they're honestly working so much better. There's something about this little tiny detail. It's simple, but it also just totally transforms the space and makes it feel a little bit more like Halloween has officially arrived.
The nights are turning colder, soon the falling of the frost, soon summer will be over.
Next, I'm changing up the art on our frame TV to give it a little bit more of a Halloween vibe. I love swapping in moody, vintage-inspired prints with darker tones because they completely change the atmosphere of the room. You can find really affordable digital downloads for this on Etsy, which is usually where I buy mine.
To the tune of a song.
Next, I pulled out a few of my favorite Halloween textiles, starting with this neutral pumpkin blanket that I found at HomeGoods this year. I love layering this one in with this long lumbar pillow I found on Amazon that says Happy Halloween. Then in our reading room / guest bedroom, I used the same blanket, but this version has orange pumpkins, and I layered it with that viral ghost pillow, the Gus the Ghost pillow from Pottery Barn last year. I did try the dupe pillow first for this, but after grabbing the real one on sale after Halloween, I can honestly say that the quality does not even compare. The actual Pottery Barn pillow is so good. And last but certainly not least, the crown jewel of my Halloween decorating are these floating candles. They even come with a little magic wand that turns them on and off, and the flicker on these is so realistic, and I love that the batteries last forever. This year I styled them in our windows for the first time, which I thought was a really cute touch. I love these candles so much. They're not just for Halloween. I've used them at Christmas time too, and honestly, these are probably one of my best holiday purchases ever. And that's it for this year's Halloween decorating. Just a few cozy, classic touches that make our home feel festive without going totally over the top. Decorating like this has become one of my favorite ways to really soak in the season, to slow down, light a few candles, and just enjoy all the little rituals that make October so special. I hope this video gave you some inspiration for your own home and that it reminds you to savor the season in whatever way feels right for you. So happy Halloween, my friends, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!